Welcome back to another episode of Carson's Aquatics. Today's video is probably going to be a little bit short, and I wasn't even sure if I wanted to make it a video, but I decided to just so you guys aren't confused in my next couple videos. Basically, the fish that are in the quarantine tank are completely healed, ready to go. So today I'm going to be putting them in different tanks, and also some of my other fish are going in different tanks. It's all just in accordance with what you guys are going to see in my next few videos, and I'll explain that here in a second, but first we're going to take a look at the quarantine fish. Right there, Kobe. As you can see, looking good as new, not a single spot of ick on him. Same with the Buenos Aires tetras, and then I've come to the conclusion that the angelfish, that white spot on his dorsal fin is not ick. It's been there for over a month. It hasn't moved. He hasn't got any more. So I'm 99.999% sure that that is not ick. So all these fish are good to go. Our treatment worked perfectly. Didn't lose any fish in the process, so I'm very grateful for that. So now I'm going to tell you where each of these fish are going. First of all, the angelfish, he's just going right back where he came from, the 25-gallon community tank, which, by the way, it is still a little bit cloudy. I mentioned a while back that is a bacteria bloom. I added a ton of new fish to this tank. The beneficial bacteria in the filters were not prepared for all of that ammonia produced by the fish, so it entered what is called a mini cycle. It is not harmful to the fish. It's basically just the beneficial bacteria repopulating in the tank. It usually lasts a little over a week, and it has been a little bit cloudy for a little over a week. It is almost done with its mini cycle, so pretty soon here it will be crystal clear. So yeah, the angelfish is going in the 25. The 3 Buenos Aires tetras will be going in the turtle tank actually. Before they were in with the frog in the 10 tall, but that tank doesn't really have a lot of swimming space. The 20-gallon does have a lot of swimming space. And these Buenos Aires tetras are some of the fastest fish I've ever seen. So I don't think there is any way that Sheldon will even be able to catch them. And then that just leaves Kobe. And Kobe is actually going to be staying in this tank for now. And let me tell you why. Killer has now been in the 55 alone for a little over a week. Killer, as many of you know, is very territorial. So if I were to drop Kobe in this tank right now, I can almost guarantee that Killer would just attack him. So here in about 4 days, you guys will see it 2 videos from now. I'm going to be completely remodeling this tank. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, but I haven't really had the opportunity or the materials to do so. I recently bought the decorations I want to use for this tank. So like I said, in about 4 days, I will remove Killer, redo this tank, and then I will put Killer and Kobe into the 55 at the same time. And that will prevent Killer from bullying Kobe. Having a completely new setup in this tank will keep them from having territories right away. So the new design of this tank will be completely new grounds to both of the fish. I'm super excited to remodel the 55. I got some really awesome decorations for it. And with that being said, I think it would be a waste to only have 2 fish in that whole tank. So, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, I am going to be ordering a few new fish online. So after I remodel the 55, I will be putting Killer, Kobe, and then the 3 new fish that I'm ordering. They will all go in at the same time. That whole process will be starting 2 videos from now, like I said before, so stay tuned for that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and net these 4 fish out of this tank and put them in their new tanks. Got the angelfish, and there he goes. Now we got the 3 Buenos Aires tetras. These guys are literally so fast. Sheldon does not have a chance of catching these. I can't even catch them in this tiny little section. Got that guy. And there he goes. Oh my god, these guys are literally so fast. Oh, I got one. And there he goes. And last one. There we go. And there he goes. All of the Buenos Aires tetras are now in the turtle tank. So now that Kobe is the only fish in this quarantine tank, I can go ahead and take out... Oh, he just bit at my finger. He bit my finger. He keeps doing it. Look at how aggressive this fish is. Well, anyway, I was going to take his divider out before he attacked my finger. And there we go. I know this is completely unrelated, but Larry's chilling in that smaller rock. I also made his cave a little bit wider because I think he is actually growing, but I guess he prefers the smaller one. Anyway, what I'm gonna do now is actually disconnect this air stone. Now that the tank isn't divided into 2 parts, we only need the 1 aerator. All right, so this tank is ready to go. I only have 1 aerator running in there now. Kobe is all alone. What I'm gonna do now is actually head over to the 10 tall, scoop Freddy out of this tank and put him in the community tank. And then I'm gonna get Lou out of the 2.5, and he is gonna get the whole 10 tall to himself, other than the snail. And here's why I'm doing this. I need to get the 2.5 gallon off of this piece of furniture, as well as everything else that's up here. And that is gonna be to clear space for a new tank. Now I'm not going to tell you what tank is going up here or how big. I have told a few of you in the comments section. You'll be seeing that probably in 2 weeks. I need to go get a few things from the pet store, but I am not allowed to leave the house for the next 2 weeks. But it is what it is. Right now I'm going to go scoop Freddy out of that tank and put him in the 25. go. Oh, and there he is. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, Carson, what the heck are you doing? That frog is gonna eat all your fish. But in reality, there is no way that he can fit any of these fish in his mouth. These African clawed frogs do grow to the point where they would be able to do that, but he is still a long way away from that. When he does start getting to the size where he could eat these fish, then I will move him to a different tank. But for now, they'll all be fine in here. And it's definitely better for him. He has a lot more room to swim around. And this whole thing is definitely gonna be better for Lou. He will no longer have to be in this 2.5. He's gonna have this 10-gallon mansion all to himself. So now I'm gonna scoop Lou out of the 2.5. Well, nothing. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Lou, come here. There we go. And there he goes. Obviously, gonna take him a little bit to get used to this. I guarantee he's never even seen a space this big. So I'm gonna give him a little bit to kind of get situated, and then I will pick up the camera again when he starts moving around a little bit. All right, so it's only been like 5 minutes, but as you can see there, Lou is starting to get used to his new tank, starting to explore. And what I'm actually gonna do real quick is turn down the flow on the filter. Betas like more static water. They like little to no flow. So I'm gonna go not all the way down, but just a little up from all the way down. And there we go, much less flow in there. And since there only is one small fish in here, we don't need that much filtration. And yeah, there it is. He gets this whole thing to himself. That is one lucky beta. All right, so it's now the next day, and real quick, I'll just show you how everyone is settling into their new tanks. First of all, we got Lou. He's been swimming around the entire tank all day, and it might just be me, but I think his colors are actually a lot more pretty. So yeah, he's doing great. Over to the turtle tank, the 3 Buenos Aires Tetras, all doing great. Sheldon doesn't seem to mind the company. Kobe is still just chilling. Don't worry, bud, you'll be out of this small tank in a couple days. And then lastly, over to the 25, we got Freddy back there. He's doing very well. I see him swimming around the entire tank. And I'm not sure if you can notice on camera, but this tank did clear up a little bit more from yesterday. So that's looking good. Before this video ends, I am going to feed Freddy a worm. Got the worm right there. Gonna drop it right in front of his face. Hopefully the fish don't mess with it. Oh God, the fish are messing with it. Come on, Freddy, see it, see it, see it. He'll see it here in a second. Oh, there he goes. Yep. Boom. That fish tried to come up and get a bite. Freddy said nope. And the worm is gone. Just like that. Boom. And that is going to wrap up this video, and I do have today's comment of the day. That goes out to Brian. OMG, your vids are so cool. You made me buy one. My mom got so mad because my mom does not like turtles. Keep up the good work, Carson. Well, thank you, but word of advice, ask your parents before you bring home animals. I am very grateful to have parents that allow me to keep all these tanks, but yeah, definitely ask your parents before you get a new pet. But if you want your comment to be the comment of the day in the next video, all you gotta do is drop a comment down below, and that could happen. And if you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and I am gonna see you in the next video.